2025 marks an important anniversary for Porsche because it is 60 years since the unmistakable Targa body style was introduced. And to celebrate, Porsche has brought a number of examples from the museum in Germany to the UK for us to look at. And I'm joined here by Alexander Klein, who is, what's your role at the Porsche Museum?
I'm the head of the Heritage Operations and Communications.
Perfect. So he's the absolutely right man to take us through this. And I guess the first question about Targa is, why was it introduced? It was an American safety thing, right?
Yeah, actually, the car was considered generally as an idea to launch a Porsche 911 Cabriolet at all. So the customers out there, they were used to get Cabriolet, so the 356 was also offered as Cabriolet. So the idea was to launch a full Cabriolet. But as you already mentioned, so there were some regulations in the US market and to get the cars imported there. So you need some safety devices at the cars. So and the safety device at all to make it more fixed, more stable, also in terms of crash safetiness, yes, they added a roll bar. So there's still one Cabriolet existing without anything as a prototype. And at this prototype, actually, they started to weld in some overroll bars.
Yeah.
But at the end, it was that rectangular form of that Targa bar, which then found its way to the production.
Yeah, and this 901, I mean, there weren't many examples of this introduced, were there, before it moved on to a different sort of style. And we can see here it's got the soft window at the back. How long before they removed this soft window?
So actually, without anything, it's still a Cabriolet.
Yeah.
So that was still the idea. So you can use the car as a full Cabriolet once you fold down the rear soft window and you open the Targa roof.
Yeah.
Or you can just add everything, so it's a full closed coupe more or less. Or you can have the Targa roof added and open the rear window, which was considered for very hot markets. So you avoid the direct sun at the driver and co-pilots, but you can open the rear thing to get fresh air in the car.
It's really cool. I mean, does it add weight to the car, having this safety rollover hoop?
But you get by far better stability and fixedness in the car.
It increases the torsional rigidity.
Because just sawing a roof away, it's not the solution. You need some substructure to bring the strength back to the car, and that's.
Did it mean you needed less strengthening underneath?
The bar goes down to the bottom actually.
Yeah.
So the structure starts not only here at the aluminium part, but by far more down.
Oh, it's super cool. It's a really beautiful thing. I love to see it. And then we move over to this one. Should we head over? Because this is the next iteration. You can already see there is a change in that it's got a hard window, a glass window in the rear.
They already started in '69 to remove or to option a glass window at the rear. So that was in terms of loudness, tightness, etc. Also, for many people, it was a little bit complicated to put the soft window down with the funny Tenax buttons, etc. So that was a little closer to a coupe idea, to have a fixed glass window, which was, as mentioned, offered from '69 on. And that's a Carrera 3-liter, which is really a rare thing. So with these cars from the Generation G, the typical appearance of the big Targa glass rear window appeared at the first time, and then the design was taken over till the 90s, till the 964 generation.
And I can see a difference in this version of the car in the rollover hoop here.
So yeah, you got the second generation of the roll bar with air vents in. So the louvers are made for the ventilation in the car, because now with a fixed glass window, you get really a good tightness. So compared to the soft top solution, which always gives you a little bit more air into the car.
Yeah, because you don't need it on that because you haven't got a...
No louvers at Generation 1. With a fixed glass window, you got, again, some louvers. The roll bar lost the louvers in between, so the 964 don't have any louvers, but they took over that kind of design feature again at the 992 but more or less as an optical feature to go back to build a bridge to the past of that second generation bar.
I love this color as well. Was that a fairly standard color for Targa?
No, definitely not. So it added with even green carpets in the interior and the tartan seats.
Yeah,
so that's really
so
pure
cool.
70s.
Yeah, the tartan and the tan seats, it's brilliant. And the Fuchs wheels as well, wonderful. And then we move over to the next generation, and this was a bit of a swan song for this rollover hoop configuration, wasn't it?
Swan song is the right word, because we are right now standing at the really last ever built Targa with that kind of roof.
This is the very last one.
This is the very last one, so which is still quite a brand new car. The car has 6,500 kilometers at the odometer.
Wow.
So we kept it from the 90s, so it's a 93 car, and stored it in the collection, and it's really rarely used. We're happy to have such a gem today with us to offer it for drives with you.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's a 964 generation, so very late 964. And then we move on to possibly the most desirable 911 there is now, right? The 993 generation, which was the last of the air-cooled.
So yeah, that's a gear hat thing. So the guys out there in the 90s, they were really worried about, what is happening with our 911. So they are building the last air-cooled, and what will happen with the engine, with all the appearance around and with the style. And yeah, for sure, this is maybe an end of a generation of having air-cooled cars, but it's for sure a really very, very highly upgraded evolution of the six-cylinder boxer engine with 285 horsepower already. And there you see the change in the roof. So it's not anymore the structure given from the Targa bar that way. So the strength comes now in the lateral way. And you find now a sliding roof system. The glass.
And it's cool as well, because I was looking at the windscreen wiper on the rear window and thinking, how does it go over the top? But it doesn't, of course, it comes underneath.
It goes underneath. So it's really now becoming a big sunroof, with a sliding function. And you can still use the rear mirror. So you can look through the two glass sliding windows without any obstacles. So you're really feeling like in a big open car, but with the advantage of really a solid glass system.
Yeah, and can you actually remove this section completely?
No, this is welded.
This is welded in.
So, but you see, the car is based upon a cabriolet.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
So these structures are welded onto the cabriolet bottom, actually, which is a very good basement, because the cabriolets itself themselves are more solid built than a coupe in terms of having no roof. So the underneath structure is very stable and solid. And then adding these parts, the car is really bulletproof.
Okay, moving on to this one here. Which generation is this? 996?
This is 996.
Yeah.
So this is maybe the biggest jump into the future for Porsche at that time. So now the water-cooled generation began with the 996, and everything was different. So the wheels were different, the body shape was different, the headlight was different, but they took over the quite practical roof sliding system, as already mentioned there.
It's almost, you can definitely see that it's almost the same in the way it's designed.
Almost, but there's a special add at this car. You can separately open the rear window, so it makes the car even more practical. So you can easily load your luggage or whatever.
Well, that's super practical, very cool. And then modern generation. I mean, do you care about new cars?
I do. New cars.
It's all about the old stuff for you.
Old cars and new cars belong both into our collection. So, but this kind of new generation of Targa roof systems is not that new. So it's not that brand new.
When we should say it's got quite a complex, cool mechanism now that was introduced in 2014. 2014. Yeah. And it's like a sort of transformer.
Yeah. So the rear entire part is lifting up.
Yeah.
So the parts here, left and right at the Targa bar, are folding sidewards, and then the whole thing gets back, and the glass roof, closes again. So transformer is, I believe, a good wording for that mechanism.
Well, it's a really nice bit of theatre that you can't get with your amazing sports car. And it's a lovely thing. I mean, for you, how do you feel about Targa? Are you a coupe man? Are you a convertible man, a cabriolet man, or are you into your Targas?
Maybe some personal words from my side. I grew up with Targas, so my mother always had Targas from the F generation on. And when my father met my mother, he was a little bit jealous, and to surprise her, he also bought a Targa, a car like that, a G model.
Yeah.
And she didn't know that, and that was more or less a wedding surprise. Yeah, that he also appeared with a known Targa. So I'm a Targa guy. I grew up with these cars from the really very young years on.
That's a brilliant wedding present. I feel like I want to marry your dad. What is the legacy of Targa now? Because is it still a safety thing, or is it more of a sort of style and trim personal choice?
So at the beginning, the Targa, even the naming was a little weird story. They searched for a name.
What Targa means.
Yeah. So they were not sure how to name this safety cabriolet. And they wanted to find a name which, is still sporty enough for Porsche. And they were considering what kind of races did we participate in the past, and where have we been successful. And there were some names like Sebring, some names like Daytona, etc. And then they thought, okay, Targa, that's a cool thing.
Because of the Targa Florio.
Targa Florio, we were quite successful there. And then they chose the name Targa without knowing exactly that the real meaning of Targa is not only racing or racetrack. Mm-hmm. The real meaning of Targa is shield, protection.
Right.
So it's a double meaning of being sporty enough, but giving you protection and shield. In terms of Targa, that's the perfect naming. Getting back to your question, I think from the very beginning on, that special feature of having such a bar thing in the middle line of the car is a very strong visual feature that gives the car a little different appearance. So a typical coupe appearance lives from the form of its rear windows, which are actually always the same way shaped.
Yeah.
So and that gives the form of the roof shaping. And with that little, that's called cut in the middle, the car received a different kind of appearance, different kind of style. And I think that kind of style became a stylish thing. So today it's...
Because of course the Cabriolet is a safe car in that it has the hoops that
exactly.
pop up.
So you don't need it anymore for safety reasons. Now it's a lifestyle thing.
Yeah.
With a strong bridge with a golden thread to the past. And as many manufacturers of those days in the 60s, it was also a lifestyle thing to have a sporty car with an open roof solution.
Yeah. Well, it's wonderful. Thanks for showing us around Alexander Klein.